Hello, Likers. Welcome back to our channel. It's me, your fave, your one and only, your baby girl, Malika. So, Likers, we are doing a critical review of Mr. Aloy series, When Marriage Becomes a Nightmare, episode 49, part 1. It starts with Benita hitting her dad, and her dad fell on the ground, and she dropped what she used in hitting him. Everyone was shocked, the lies. So, the same that evening, the same day that the incident took place, after they went to the hospital, um, Teresa has grown fond of Benita because I remember at first Teresa didn't like Benita that much. But now Teresa has realized that Benita has her back, and she's standing with Benita. So Teresa is trying to be a mother figure to her now because Teresa realized that her sister loves Benita very much, and her sister wants what's best for her. So her sister is trying to make her understand that Teresa is trying to make Benita understand that it is not everything that you see that you have to talk. Sometimes just try to control yourself. Just try to mellow down a little for peace to reign. But at the end of it, I'm happy because Teresa is wise enough to understand that something is definitely wrong. Teresa understands that irrespective of all the things that are happening, that Jonathan is under Jeta's control. Yes, Jeta is manipulating Jonathan emotionally. She is up to no good, because Teresa has carefully noticed that Jeta came into that house, because in disguise, she's working with people outside to isolate, Jonathan, to isolate him from his family. So getting rid of her was a carefully orchestrated plan by Jonathan and Teresa. So sorry, by Jonathan and Jeta. So Teresa already has noticed that, and Teresa, to her, is more like right now, based on the fact that it is a planned work, they will do everything humanly possible to make sure they send her away, regardless whether she likes it or not. She is going to go. You understand? So now what Teresa intends to do, she just wants Benita to be careful and to watch her back, not to let anything makes her being thrown outside, because right now that they've thrown her, the next person is going to be her. And it makes sense because to her, if this is his woman, she can easily talk to him. And we all know that Jonathan is a very senseless person. He has no sense of his own. He cannot make any decision, so he's easily manipulated. So eventually, what else can he say? He cannot say anything. you know he cannot say anything. He's just there and being mumu, doing mumu things and all the rest. So eventually he'll easily be manipulated. So Benita is really scared for her father, but what can she do? She's only a child. She's only a child. So Teresa right now is the only one that could have done something, but now she's being thrown away. What can she do? So all she can do is to advise her niece to be very careful, to watch her steps, to watch her back, because the future is not certain and the days ahead are really going to be difficult. You know, so as they were talking, they heard Jeta's voice downstairs. They decided to go and check. So the next thing shows Jeta, who is back with Jonathan from the hospital, and she's already vibrating. She is everywhere. She is complaining. She is angry. She is this. She is that. She wants to understand why is it that Teresa is still in the house, whereas Teresa, just according to her, Teresa is the one responsible for Benita to want to buy her husband. So it is her husband, and for that reason, she will not want Teresa in that house. Teresa is not allowed to be in that house because Teresa is bad. To her, Teresa is the reason why Benita is behaving that way. And based on the fact that she is a woman of the house, it is her house, Teresa has to leave. But we all know that Benita will never let it go without a fight. Benita would definitely put on a fight. She is not letting anyone humiliate her aunt. She does not want anyone to disgrace her aunt, because to her, who is the Jetta to come and talk to her aunt to leave the house? Because to her, it is her father is the only one who has the voice, who has the right to talk, about concerning stuff like that. But now the problem is Benita also forgets that her father is now married, and her father has given a lot of right to this woman. Yes, her father has given right to so much right to this woman, and it makes it practically easy, like for her to say whatever it is that she wants to say, because Jonathan will be there, she will not be saying anything. But Benita also is not letting it go without putting a fight. We all know that Benita would definitely put a fight. So Benita is making Jetta to understand that regardless of the fact that she's married to her father, her father is the one who has the only say. And like when you do, you could see look into the eyes of Jonathan, that he's not happy with all of this, but he's doing this because of his woman. He's doing this because of her, but he is not happy. And Jetta is making it known that she can take a decision, and that even the Benita standing there has to be very careful, because she might be the next to leave the house. Yes, because based on the fact that she is the one now feeding everybody, Jetta is the one feeding everybody, so she has the right to decide who stays in the house and who goes. Yes, according to her, she can decide who stays and who goes, because that is her house. But I don't know why Benita will not stand and tell these people that this house is under my name. So I decide who stays and who leave. I don't know why, because on a normal day, that is her house. So Jetta realized that she could not banter words with Benita. She turned out to blackmail Jonathan by making, my king, my king, are you not saying anything? Are you just going to sit there? This woman is a manipulative person. So Jonathan had to step in, to show that his wife is right. Teresa must leave. And she was happy when she was defended, because of course that was what she wanted. Benita could not believe her eyes, because to her, she, like, when a little girl trusts her dad, or when she feels like she can trust her dad, she'll know, to her, like, she can fight the entire world, so long as with her dad by her side. But once her dad breaks that trust, that was what Jonathan did. you know Benita couldn't believe that her father would choose his wife over her. She was very miserable. She felt so bad, because to her, that was the worst thing that could have ever happened. Like, how is that even possible, that her father, of all people that she sees as her hero, would choose a woman over her? But Teresa tried to reassure Benita, making her understand that it is okay. Besides, she feels like she has overstayed her welcome. And she had to go upstairs to go and start packing her stuff, because that was exactly what's her name, what Jetta wanted. And you could see that Jonathan was really miserable. Yes, you could see. But what kind of man are you that you want to see your little girl cry? You don't even care. And Jetta was happy, because to her, that was a win. She finally succeeded in taking out a woman that she met in that house. So the next thing shows Teresa, who is upstairs packing her luggages. Because to her it was time to go. She has overstayed her welcome. And Benita walked in to speak to her aunt. Now I understand, because at first I was like, why is Teresa still in the house? So it's obvious she was there just trying to protect her little niece, trying to look after, especially when she realized that her sister wasn't coming back. When she noticed that if she doesn't stay there, another woman will come and take her sister's place. But there's something that she needs to understand. You cannot protect another person's place for another person. That's the honest truth. That's the honest truth. So she tried to make Benita knows that no matter what happens, this is her father's house. This is her father. She must stick with her father and understand that her father is in danger, because the woman that she married, this woman is trying, like, she's working with some people to bring him down. That no matter what, she should understand that her father is, they are trying to isolate him from them. Let her not let it happen. It's rather unfortunate, because even the Jonathan that is going through this, if you tell him, he will never believe you. So the next thing shows Jetta speaking to Jonathan, trying to make Jonathan understand reasons that Benita she's increasingly becoming a problem. A very serious one that needs to be taught a lesson. And to her, the best lesson that could be taught to that girl is to send her out of the house, to send her to a boarding school, you know. So and to Jonathan, well, it is a good idea because with whatever it is that Jetta says, whatever Jetta says is a good idea. The way Jonathan behaves with Jetta, I didn't see Jonathan behave like that with Clara, which is very funny, you know. Jonathan has more respect for Jetta than he had for Clara. Yes, it is really funny, like us. How some men, with the women that would be the ones that truly love them, the ones that are not manipulating them, they will choose to respect that one and honor her. The one that is like the one that is manipulating them, they'll choose to respect and honor that one. And the one that is not manipulating them, they'll choose to disrespect her. So Jetta is trying to make it known that sending her to a boarding school is not like cutting ties with her. It's to make them give her a proper education because according to her, I don't know what makes her feel like she's in a good place to judge. According to her, Clara didn't do a good job by raising her daughter. Yes, she made her to be very disrespectful. She raised her to not to be able to respect elderly people. That's why she talks to people anyhow. So in this situation right now, what they have to do is that Benita needs to go to a boarding school. So, but now Jonathan, we all know Jonathan is broke. How will Benita go to a boarding school? So why won't Jetta come with a perfect idea? That now that Jonathan is broke, why is this house here instead of Jonathan using it as a collateral to take money from the bank? Knowing fully well that that house is not in Jonathan's name. That house is in Benita's name. Now, my problem is this. Why did even Clara make Jonathan know that that house that they were renting, she bought the house for her daughter? Yes, because if Jonathan didn't know that, none of this would have happened. Yes, none of this would have happened. So Jonathan like agreed to try to convince his daughter, to give him the documents so that he could take a loan with the house, so that later he will pay back, and so that the loan will help him to bounce back to his feet. Like, this is somebody who has tried his hand on everything and is always failing. I don't know what made this guy to think, that he could even take a loan in the bank and succeed. That loan he's going to take will be a loan. I'm sure that is where Jetta will colobi the money and disappear with, her partners in crime. Still, this guy will still not understand that Jetta is a crook. It is very certain. Like, as this is crazy, if foolishness had a name, it would be called Jonathan, aka Big Joe. I'm telling you people the truth. Because Jonathan is so self-centered and foolish in a way that it is not even, it's as if his foolishness has to be studied in school. So how would Jetta, where is she coming from to start telling you how you have to run your business, how you have to run your home? How is that even possible? Up to telling you, giving you ideas how to take loan from the bank. Why don't she use her own? If she has property to go and take a loan, why use you to go and take a loan? What kind of man are you, Jonathan, God of Israel? Are they men like this in this life? Please, I need to understand. I need to know. Are they men like this? Do they exist for real? Is it happening? I need to know. Jonathan just agreed like that without even verifying, without even thinking, without even talking with Clara, who bought, because Jetta is even making him understand that, if you don't take certain decisions now, one day Clara will come back and kick us out of this house and take the house because she bought it. So it is better to use it now. Why keep a property like this when you know that you can use it to make money? Like, guy, does it really happen? Does it happen that people will be so manipulative? So the next scene shows Benita and her aunt coming downstairs. Her aunt is about to leave. As soon as Jetta and Jonathan realized it, they stopped talking and they looked away because you could see the shame in their eyes. And Benita was there crying. Jonathan couldn't even face Teresa. She was looking somewhere else. Teresa came and stood behind them, looked at Jonathan. Jonathan could not face her. Jonathan could not look at her. You know, Benita also could not even look at her, and her father. She was so angry. And Jita was just looking at them, but they didn't have time for her because their eyes were all on Jonathan. Whereas Jonathan's eyes were on the TV, with out of, not that he was watching the TV because he wanted to watch, but he was so ashamed of himself. So ashamed. The next thing shows Teresa out with Benita. You know, Teresa was advising her, making her to understand that it is not the end of the world. You know, it's not the end of the world. Moreover, she needs to take care of her father because she knows what is at stake. Her father is, under the natural charms of Jetta, being manipulated by her and all the rest. She needs to be careful. Like us, we are going to end this video. Really, it feels so sad to see how an adult will be manipulated like this by a woman. you know it's really sad. Like us, we should be very careful the people we bring around us. Not everyone that comes around us really wants what's best for us. We need to be very careful. Okay, marriage is not a do or die affair. On this note, I'll have to say bye, guys.